Most people don't actually recognize confidence. They think they do. But they don't, because what they admire is often the exact opposite of it. Loud voices, forced eye contact, over-explaining, trying too hard to look sure. That's what gets attention. But attention is not confidence. And here's the uncomfortable part. If you've ever tried to act confident, there's a high chance you were doing it wrong. Not because you're incapable, but because nobody ever told you the truth. Real confidence doesn't look impressive at first. It looks calm, almost invisible. And that's exactly why people miss it. But once you see the difference, you can't unsee it. And by the end of this video, you're going to start noticing something disturbing. Most people you thought were confident aren't, and some of the quietest people in the room are actually the most dangerous ones. Before we go deeper, quick question. Be honest. Do you feel like your confidence changes depending on who you're around? Comment real if it's stable, comment fake if it fluctuates, because what you're about to learn will explain exactly why, and more importantly, how to fix it. Chapter 1: The Confidence Illusion. Here's the first mistake everyone makes. They confuse confidence with performance. Think about it. Talking a lot, dominating conversations, always having an answer, looking sure. That looks like confidence, but it's not. It's compensation. Because real confidence doesn't need to prove itself. And that's where people get uncomfortable. Because when someone is truly confident, they don't try to control how you see them. They don't chase approval. They don't fill silence. They don't rush to impress. They just are. And that creates tension, because suddenly you're the one performing. You start wondering, am I saying the right thing? Do I look confident enough? Should I talk more? And without realizing it, you've entered their frame. That's real confidence, not loud, not aggressive, but stable, unshakable, and rare. Chapter 2: Why Fake Confidence Looks Better. Now here's the trap. Fake confidence actually works in the short term. It gets attention, validation, reactions, because it's visible. Think about social media. The loudest voices win, the boldest statements win, the most certain people win. But here's what you don't see. Behind that confidence, there's often instability. Because it depends on something external. Approval, recognition, status. And the moment that disappears, so does the confidence. That's why some people seem confident one day and completely insecure the next. Because what they have is not confidence. It's momentum, and momentum is fragile. Chapter 3: Real confidence is internal control. Real confidence works differently. It's not based on how others see you. It's based on how you see yourself. And more specifically, how much you trust yourself. There's a concept most people ignore. Your brain is always tracking something, your consistency. Every time you say, "I'll do this," and you don't, you lose trust. Every time you avoid something you know you should do, you lose trust. Every time you break your own word, you weaken your identity. And the opposite is also true. Every small promise you keep builds something. Not motivation, not hype, but trust. And trust is the foundation of real confidence. Chapter 4: The 1% Confidence Shift. Here's where most people fail. They think confidence comes from big changes, big wins, big transformations. It doesn't. It comes from something much smaller. The 1% habit, doing something small, consistently, every day, even when you don't feel like it. Because confidence is not built in moments. It's built in repetition. Quiet repetition. Invisible repetition. Waking up when you said you would, finishing what you started, showing up when it's uncomfortable, not for validation, not for applause, just because you said you would. That's how confidence is built. And the crazy part? No one sees it, until one day they feel it. Chapter 5. Body language is not fake. Now let's clear something important. People say, just fake confidence with body language, stand tall, slow down, hold eye contact. And yes, that works, but not for the reason you think. It's not about tricking others. It's about sending signals to your own brain. Your body is constantly communicating with your mind. If you move fast, your brain thinks stress. If you shrink your posture, your brain thinks threat. If you hesitate, your brain thinks uncertainty. But when you slow down, open your posture, move with intention, your brain adapts. Not instantly, but gradually. That's why this works. Not because you're faking confidence, but because you're training it. Chapter 6. The silence test. Here's one of the clearest signs of real confidence. Silence. Most people can't handle it. They rush to fill it. They talk faster. They over-explain. They try to avoid discomfort. But confident people? They don't react to silence. They sit in it, comfortably, and that changes everything. Because silence reveals something, who is stable and who is not. If you feel pressure to speak, that's insecurity. If you can wait, observe, and respond when it matters, that's control, and control is power. Chapter 7. The real reason you lack confidence. Let's be honest. This is where most people stop. They understand confidence intellectually, but nothing changes. Why? Because they ignore the real problem. It's not knowledge, it's behavior. You don't lack confidence because you don't know what to do. You lack confidence because you don't trust yourself to do it. And that only changes through action. Uncomfortable action. Repeated action. Consistent action. Not once, not when you feel motivated, but every day. That's the difference. Quick pause. If this is making sense, comment 1%. Because this is where people split. Some understand this and change nothing. Others take one small action and everything starts shifting. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one you are. Chapter 8. Why real confidence intimidates people. Now here's something no one tells you. Real confidence makes people uncomfortable. Not because it's aggressive, but because it's stable. When you're not seeking approval, people feel it. When you're not trying to impress, people notice it. When you're not reacting emotionally, people question themselves. And that creates pressure, because they realize they are. So they label you cold, distant, arrogant. But you're not. You're just not playing the same game. Chapter 9. Internal versus external score. Most people measure themselves externally. What do people think? How do I compare? Am I good enough? That's why their confidence fluctuates, because external validation is unstable. Real confidence comes from internal score. Did you show up? Did you do what you said? Did you improve, even slightly? That's it. Simple, but powerful. Because it removes dependence, and the moment you're no longer dependent, you become free. What real confidence actually is. So let's redefine it. Confidence is not loud. It's not dominance. It's not performance. Confidence is this, knowing you can rely on yourself. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one is watching, even when there's no reward, That's it. And once you build that, everything changes. How you walk, how you speak, how you think, how people react to you. Not because you're trying to be different, but because you are. So now you see it. Confidence was never about being louder. It was never about impressing people or looking a certain way. It was always about one thing: trust. The kind of trust you build with yourself, quietly, repeatedly, when no one is watching. And that changes something deeper than behavior. It changes your identity. Because the moment you trust yourself, you stop performing. You stop chasing validation. You stop trying to prove anything. And that's when confidence becomes real. So here's your 1% habit: not acting more confident, but keeping one promise to yourself every single day. Just one. Small enough to repeat, strong enough to build trust. Because confidence isn't built in big moments, it's built in quiet ones. If this made something click, comment real. Because most people will keep faking it, but a few will actually build it. But here's where it gets deeper. Because real confidence doesn't just appear. It comes from somewhere. Somewhere most people don't expect. Not success, not talent, not motivation. Pain. And in the next video, we're breaking down something almost no one talks about. How your past, the difficult parts, the uncomfortable parts may have built the way you think, the way you read people, the way you move through life. Your pain created this, because once you understand that, you stop seeing your past as damage and start seeing what it actually built. I'll see you there.